Hello, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday, where I give you advice, ideas, and encouragement on how you can live a love-filled and healthy life. So today I am going to be talking with you about how you can find your personal style as an act of self-love and how you can use your style as an act of self-love. And the reason I chose this topic today is because right now, I am actually traveling in the Andalusia region of Spain with my parent Sofia, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And yesterday, we had the opportunity to visit La Feria de Sevilla, which is this gorgeous festival that runs a week long and brings probably thousands or tens of thousands of men and women to Sevilla to I think it's originally a horse show, so you have beautiful horse carriages that go around. You see the women in these beautiful flamenco dresses that are super feminine, super beautiful, very vibrant and colorful, and it was just absolutely beautiful. As my parent Sophia says, it is a feast for the eyes, and I was just so enamored with the vibrancy of all the colors the women were wearing, and all the caballeros, the men who were on horses, who were wearing these beautiful tailored suits and buckaroo hats, and they had their señoritas, their girlfriends, on the back of their horse with them, and you had men and women aging from 2 years old or even babies all the way to 80s, 90s years old, and they were dressed to the nines. It was absolutely stunning, and we were just gagaing there all day. But what struck me most was not actually the beautiful fashion, although that was spectacular. It was also the way that the people carried themselves, and they held themselves with such poise and such dignity and confidence. And it really inspired me and reminded me just how powerful style can be. You know, they weren't afraid to be wearing these super extravagant outfits that were vibrant and colorful, and wore big earrings or flowers in their hair. They were so confident in their skin and who they were. And I think that's a lesson that a lot of us can take when it comes to our personal style and how we carry ourselves, and how that is an act of self-love. Because so many people believe that style or fashion can be something that is superficial or materialistic. And I actually think that it's the opposite. I think that it can be extremely soulful and passionate and exciting. And it can be so individualized, So I believe that every single morning, we are our own canvas, and each and every single day we get to decide how we're going to paint ourselves. How are we going to display ourselves to the world? And that can be a really exciting process. And I know it can be intimidating for many people, and some people think that it's not worth it. But I am telling you, when you find an outfit or something that you love, and you feel really good in it, it can change everything. It can at least change your entire day around and how you feel about yourself. And not only is it a form of expression and individuality, but it can be a way to practice courage in being who you are as well. Because when people look at you, sometimes the first thing they see is what you are wearing. And if you're wearing something that is so totally you, and maybe that's outside the social norms, you know what? That's a good practice for you to say, this is who I am, and I am proud to be who I am. And the more it intimidates you to do that, the more you might want to do it and practice it, because it is a skill that takes work and cultivation. So with that being said, I want to give you a few ideas on how you can find your personal style and use it as an act of self-love. And you can look at these suggestions either as their own suggestions, or you can look at them as steps. Okay, so the first step I want to give you is to think about what feeling is most important to you. How do you like to feel each and every single day? And you don't have to want to feel the same way every single day. Maybe you want to feel confident or professional or joyful or playful or sexy or feminine, or it can be anything. But really think about what makes you feel confident in your own skin and what makes you feel good to be who you are. So for me, I love to feel feminine and I love to feel confident. So I gear towards outfits and accessories that tend to be more form-fitting or that are really vibrant in color. I have friends who love to be joyful, and so they wear things with floral patterns, or they wear bright yellow or bright orange. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this. where I want you to go from there, or even just a separate idea, is to think about what colors or patterns and materials or shapes are associated with the feeling that you desire. So if you want to feel creative, for instance, maybe you associate being creative with having multicolored patterns, or maybe it's stripes, or maybe it's just being minimalistic but with a splash of color with jewelry or a scarf or something. So really think about what kind of mental associations you make with the feeling you want. And from there, I suggest making a vision board. And these can be really, really powerful. So you can go old school and you can cut out images from a magazine, or you can just use your computer and get on Pinterest and create a Pinterest board of all the different fashions, colors, and moods that really inspire you. And that when you see them, you're like, yeah, that's like totally me, because that can be really inspiring. And maybe you don't act on it right away. Maybe you don't go on a crazy shopping spree right away, but it's at least stirring in your mind, and it's something that inspires you and something. Sorry guys, I think my phone was just being kind of wacky. So that's my third suggestion. And from there, this is my favorite step, is I really want you to go play dress up. And I think when we were all little, we all played dress up. And we don't do it enough nowadays. I have to tell you, I do it all the time, but I know a lot of people don't play dress up, and I think you should if you don't, because it can be a way to just unleash your creativity and play with what your style is. Because the truth is, we don't really know what our own personal style is unless we try it, and unless we try new things, and unless we try new patterns. We might not ever discover what we really feel confident in ourselves in, and I think so quickly it's very easy to go with what's trending, but sometimes that doesn't always speak to our soul or display exactly who we are as an individual, So right now, for instance, pastels and minimalist fashion is very on trend right now. And for me, I think it looks really beautiful on some people and on many, many people, and I know that for many people this is like their thing, but for me, it doesn't look good, and I don't feel confident and like myself in those clothes. So I'm gonna dismiss that, and I'm not gonna go with trend and appreciate it for what it is, but know that it's not my style. And so I think that that's really important, to just keep playing with it and go have fun with it too. You can go to a consignment store, a vintage store, you could even go to the fanciest store in town and just go wild. And one of my favorite things to do with this is to play a game called What Would You Wear If? So this is just an imagination game, and you can go in and just say like, what would I wear if I were going to the Oscars? And go find an Oscar dress or an Oscar suit. What would I wear if I were going to go party on a yacht with some celebrities? What would I wear if I were going to the Bahamas or to Japan? And so you can play this inventive game, and it can be a whole day of it. You can even tell the store attendant that you're somebody else and that you come from such and such place. It can just be a fun game, and it's a way to get into your creativity, get outside of the everyday routine and outside of maybe a certain construct that you've been stuck in. So, and don't give any pressure to yourself of buying anything or committing to buying something. Just go play. I think that's the most important thing. And just think about it for a while afterwards, how the clothes made you feel, how the accessories made you feel. And from there, I suggest, if you can, going out and finding one article of clothing, piece of accessory, or even a full outfit that you just feel so totally yourself in, that when you put it on, you're like, I am so totally in myself right now. I feel vibrant. I feel alive. If I could choose one piece of clothing or outfit that was me, this would be it. Because even if you don't wear that every single day, sometimes just knowing it's in your closet, or even if you just wear it once a month or once a year, can make you feel excited and joyful and alive. And you can keep building from there. So many people, I used to work at consignment shops before going to college and even throughout college, and one of the most common things people would say to me after trying something on, even if it was really extravagant, actually especially if it was very extravagant, wild fringe jackets or a cape or cowboy boots, a lot of times people would wear it on and I'd see their face just light up, and that you could see this piece of clothing or accessory brought them so much joy. And then they would say, but where would I wear that? I wouldn't wear that. Nobody would accept that. People would think I was weird. And to me, I was like, girl, you just have to wear that when you want to. Don't care what other people think, because if you feel good on it, you rock it and you own it. And maybe it's because I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico, and there people just wear really wild, extravagant things, so I think it's very normal. But you know what? I think we could all try to practice that more. And the more uncomfortable you feel with the thought of just wearing one item of clothing because you fear what other people think, it's probably a sign that you should actually practice that. Like I said in the beginning, or if you're just joining now, if something makes us feel vibrant and alive and we love it, but we're too scared to wear it, it's a sign that maybe we need to practice being more courageous in who we are. And fashion and style is an amazing way to practice that and practice being in our own skin. So the most important thing, of course, is, and I feel like I keep saying this, the most important thing, but really have fun with this and play with it and know that you can always come back and decide if certain articles of clothing or jewelry or accessories fit your personality, or maybe they don't at a certain time. We're always evolving as people. So it's fun to keep revisiting this and going to play dress up and making vision boards and thinking about how we want to feel. So go have fun with it. I hope that this inspires you. And remember that style can just be an enormous act of self-love. And it can be a way for us to show ourselves respect, to show our individuality, to show our creativity without using words. So have fun with that, and I hope you enjoyed this week's Wellness Wednesday, and I will see you next week. If you would like more positivity or inspiration, please go sign up for my newsletter. The link is in my bio, or if you're watching on Facebook, which I'm posting to later, go ahead and go to the link below. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.